Good afternoon, good evening, guys. Team, hey, I had just finished up a little training session with Carlo over in Cyprus. And I thought, well, since, we only had one person show up, I'd come over here and I'd do another one here in the group for everybody. So let me go over here. I'm sharing my screen right now, and I just want to make sure that we're broadcasting. Okay. If you have any comments that you want to make, just come in here under the video in the comments. If you have comments or questions, let's see right here. Here it is. Okay. I am streaming live right now. So, you can see what's happening. Um, if you want to leave a comment, just write a comment or a question right down here, and I'll see it flash up over here over on my screen here on the StreamYard interface. Okay. Um, I'm going to show you how to create an automated broadcast message to go out to your contacts in the PLS autoresponder. Now, I did a session with Carlo earlier and nobody else showed up. It's just me and him. So we just kind of worked one-on-one. But I want to take you on kind of a little deep dive. All right. How you can do this and how you can back end your contacts. You can run these manually or you can set them up to run on autopilot. Set it and forget it. Okay. So if you don't catch this live stream while I'm recording now live in the group, you can always come back later and watch the replay. If you need personal coaching for all this deep dive stuff, go to Super Affiliate Marketers and watch the video there. This will open up in a new tab, and it'll go over to John Crestani's course. You can sign up for free training. I think it's about 2.5 hours. You can watch it. Okay. If you decide to take his coaching course, I'm going to tell you right now, it's $997, and he's a hell of a lot cheaper than I am. Okay. And yes, it does pay me a commission. I make about 50%. Okay. On that and any upsells. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just watch the video, watch the training. Okay. You will learn how to make money using free traffic and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to show you. All right. Now we're just going to go back. I'm not going to unmute this because I'll get a double audio feedback, but I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to log into one of my old accounts. All right. One of my original accounts. I don't have this thing totally all in. I still need the LGA and the Elite. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to show you the automated marketing message system, AMMS. On the email text menu in your back office, you would drop down to the automated holiday messages and click on that, and it'll bring you to the automated marketing message system. Now, once you create a new event, a custom event, um, I don't think there's any way to delete it. You can turn it off, but you can't delete it. So I've got some here that are turned off. I got Cash Now World Exclusive. I've got it hooked over into um, one broadcast with one message. Um, Cash Now AMMS Tuesday weekly. This goes out every Tuesday, every single week. The next one will be on the 20th. It'll go out, and there's like 7 messages. Okay. So you have to create your autoresponder first. So what we're going to do, if you don't have an autoresponder, I can share these, but the share codes won't match your codes. So I'm going to show you how to hard code your own. Okay. Now I'm going to go in here and do a view edit of the campaigns, because the one we're going to use, I'm going to use a ClickBank product, and I'm going to show you how I plugged in a CPA for ExiPure, which is a ClickBank product, and how I wrote the email to get good opt-in. All right. ExiPure broadcast, it's only got one message. Okay. And the subject line is, "This is so disgusting." Okay. Um, I can send a test over to my email where I can check my email and test it. I've already tested it. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into the view edit, and I'm going to show you basically the text of the script. All right. I'm not going to explain these trackable links and companies that I promote. This is, a little bit more advanced. I can do that later in a separate session. Right now, I'm going to make this about as short as possible. Learn how to write good copy. Tell a story and learn how to captivate people's attention. Okay. So, the purpose of the subject line is to sell the click. Once they click and they open up the email, then you get your click-through ratio. Okay. This is your open rate. Once they actually get the email and then they click on the clickable link and it takes them over to the website, I'm going to show you here. It would take them over to a hop.clickbank URL, which is a ClickBank product. You can join ClickBank for free. This is a CPA product, okay? And it's taking a little while to load the video, okay? I'm not going to click it to play the sound. But what they do after they watch the video and they see Monica telling her story, they can buy one bottle. They can do it on a monthly, or they can buy 6 bottles. They can do 6 bottles every 6 months, or 3 bottles every 3 months. This offer here pays something like 50% commission. So the total order on 6 bottles, $234, that would be about $117 commission. And they have upsells. Okay. So, that's a ClickBank. And when you run this as a back end, all right, I'm going to show you. When you run it as a back end in your PLS, you're going to have some people who have signed up for Cash Now, and maybe they didn't go gold, maybe they didn't convert, but maybe something else might appeal to them. You never know. So occasionally what you can do is send a manual broadcast. You can send this out manually if you think of it, or you can set it to go out, like, let's say, once a week, or once every 2 weeks, or once a month, or the 12th week, once every 12 weeks or something like that. You don't want to hammer people too much, okay, and send out too many messages every week. A one simple message like this once a week probably wouldn't be pushing it too much. You don't want to make people mad and have them unsubscribe. And I'm going to show you how to send it out to your whole list. Now, this, if you go through the copy, you can look at this and say, "Oh, this is so disgusting to get fat and overweight." I know. I was morbidly obese with more belly fat than I was supposed to have. People called me Moby Dick, the whale, and they oinked at me like I was a pig. People can be so cruel. I ate all the right foods, prepared healthy meals, but my weakness for certain snacks made it impossible to lose weight. Then I had a heart attack and ended up in the hospital, and my family almost lost me. Almost. That's when my doctor turned me on to an exotic loophole that literally dissolves belly fat overnight. Yes, this stuff works. I've used it, and I still use it. It says, look, I know we don't get out of this alive, this thing called life, but wouldn't you like to stick around a little longer and be with your family? Um, One tropical loophole dissolves 2.5 pounds of deadly fat in 24 hours. This is a metabolism supplement, weight loss. And it says, click the banner below to watch my story, Monica. Okay, because that's the woman's name in the video. So when they receive this email, they're going to click on that. Now, let me show you how it works. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save changes. All right, we already sent it. We sent the test. All right, so I'm going to go over here and open up my Gmail. And we're going to click here. And we're going to log into my email. And it should have arrived by now from the autoresponder, PLS autoresponder on a test message. And I'm going to show you how to do the broadcast and then set it and forget it. Okay, once every week. Okay. Now, if you max out and you hit your 30,000 monthly max, you can always pay for the overage. You can pay the differential. They charge you a little bit where they can put it on your card, your registered card, where you get billed every month. Let me tell you something. If you've got a small list of 2,550 people like I do over here in my contacts, let me go in here and open up in a new tab so I don't lose my place. This is one of my older accounts. I don't have too many people here, not on this particular account anyway. I've got 2,550 subscribers. Not bad. But how much you want to bet that there's a few people in there who could use this product? All right. I know I could. I did. You never know. Okay. So we're going to go back here. We're going to check our email. We are logged in, and here it is. Here's the email that I sent. This is so disgusting from Ernest Odell. They click on this in their email, they open it up, they read through, you see what I sent. Okay. And then here is the link. I set it to open up in a new tab. And it takes them to the VSL, which is a video sales landing page. Okay. And that's where they can watch this, and then they can scroll down and make a purchase. They can also get some extra freebies with their purchase. They can get cookbooks and, answers to their questions. And this, like I said, it's a ClickBank product, comes with a 30 or 60, I think it's 30 or 60 day money back guarantee. Here is the banner, goes to the same place. Okay. So, if you don't have a ClickBank account, go over and set one up, and you want to get in on the training, go to Super Affiliate Marketers and sign up with John Crestani, and he will show you how to market ClickBank products and Digistore 24. All right. SuperAffiliateMarketers.com. It's going to redirect over to the IamJetset.com, which is a Digistore 24 product site, similar to ClickBank. I've got two different ones. I can set it up to go to ClickBank, but I'm just working on different redirects testing. Okay. This is a good seller. So we know the email works. I'm going to go ahead and let's leave this, close it, log out so I can get some of my bandwidth back. This thing runs really slow. All right. There we go. So we're back over here, and I want to go into the email text, and we are looking. Well, I'm already here, so we got it set up. The Exipure Broadcast AMMS. I've already constructed the message. I've embedded the code in it. Now what I'm going to do is go back, and we're going to go to the automated holiday message, which will bring us into the AMMS, which is Automated Marketing Message System. And I don't know, do I have an Exipure? I don't see an Exipure. So let's do a Control F, EX. Nope, no Exipure. Okay, so here's where, we're going to create a custom automatic broadcast. Create new event. We're going to give it a name. We're going to call it Exipure Broadcast AMMS, so I know. Now, this is where it takes a little bit of thinking. You want to put on your thinking cap. Okay, what's the date? Today's date is the 14th. We can start this tomorrow and have it run once a week. Or we could start it on, let's say, the 28th and have it run every 2 weeks and run a manual today and have it run on Wednesday instead of Thursday. But since today is Thursday, we're going to leave this right where it's at. We're going to have it start tomorrow. And at the same time, I'm going to do a manual. So we're going to have this set by default every single week. You can change this to every second week so that it toggles every 2 weeks or every third week, fourth week, fifth, or even every 12th week. That would be about 3 months, every 3 months. Or you can have it run on the first, second, third, fourth day of the week of each month. And you can also set it to one time only to run on that date and do not repeat. But we're going to have it go every single week for now. I can always change it later. All right. We are going to submit. Exipure Broadcast, AMMA, it's red, it's not turned on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here, all right, and we're going to go and look for the Exipure Broadcast that I made over in the autoresponder. It's only got one message. Exipure Broadcast, AMMS, there it is, one message. We're going to send it out to all contacts. Now it's going to scrape all these duplicates and it's going to take the duplicates out. Okay. You want to make sure it's enabled, and you can share it too if you want to, but test it yourself before you share it. Save changes. We're going to come back up here, and now it's green. It's ready to go. See this? Exipure Broadcast AMMA. It's green. It's ready to go. It's ready to start tomorrow. Okay. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go back and we're going to let it run tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and send it out today. All right. And we're going to go down here and find the campaign, the Exipure. Scroll down, go back up, Exipure Broadcast AMMS. And there it is. And I want to include myself in the mailing, and I'm going to select all groups. All right. And I've got a lot of groups in this particular account. I got a lot of web pages. All right. And I got a lot of people subscribed to different groups. Now, the ones that don't have any subscribers in the groups, it's just not going to send anything to them. You're only going to send to live contacts. So let's say you've built up a list of 200 or 300 people in your Cash Now funnel. You've built up some leads. Maybe you got a 200 or 300 leads, or you got 50 leads, or you got 2,000 or 3,000 leads. You can send them a back end offer If they're not signing up for gold, that's okay. That's not a problem. Let me see what we got going on over here. I don't see any comments yet, so nobody is commenting. All right, so I don't know. Is anybody watching? Got one person watching besides me? Nope. So now we're going to come back here to the interface and we're going to choose a date to send the email campaign. And it's going to include all these people, all the new stuff. Okay. Everybody's going to get one. And I'm going to set the domain to, let's see, do I have an XE Pure landing page? EF. I don't have an XE Pure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, they're going to see the message coming from the domain that they signed up for the first time. So it'll be familiar, okay? They say, oh yeah, I remember signing up for that. So it kind of serves a dual purpose. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and send this out today at the current time. You can always set it to go out. What is it, 3:25 p.m.? I could set it to go out, I think, up to 22 hours after the current time. You don't want to try to do it before the current time because then it won't work. I could send it out 2 hours later. So if I wanted to have it sent out at 5:25 p.m. Central, it would trigger and go. But I'm going to send it out right now, immediate. And I have read all the terms and conditions. And I'm going to send it out to a total of 2,550 emails. If I had more than my 30,000 allocation per month, it would give me a notification down here that I'm trying to send it out to more than what I've already sent out to. And it would give me an option to click to, um, you know, pay the extra, pay the overage. Sometimes it's only, depending on the size of your list and the size of the messages. One message is not so bad, but if you've got like 7 or 14 messages in an autoresponder and you're putting it on automatic, yeah, that can add up. You can blow your 30,000 limit, in like one day. Okay, like I do. So we're just going to send out one, and we're going to say send it now, and we are successful. So now we also have it set for tomorrow to go automatic. And then after that, it'll be once a week. Now, tomorrow being a Friday, no, tomorrow's Thursday. So today we sent it out on Wednesday. Tomorrow it'll go out again weekly on Thursday, and then every Thursday after that until I turn it off. All right. So that's it, guys. That's about the easiest thing you can do. I'm going to go ahead and log out here. And I'm going to go back over to my email and check the email real quick. And see if my test message came through and get my notification. This is a little slow. And once you send a successful campaign, the PLS system will send you a message that your distribution has been successfully sent out to all your contacts. You'll get an email from the system if you don't already know that. Okay, and here is taking it a little time to get to me. So let's do a refresh. Spin, spin, spin. Okay, stop spinning. Let's do this and do a reload. I got a slow connection today, guys. I'm gonna have to talk to AT&T. They've throttled me back. I've been paying for a gig service over here, and they've got me throttled back to about 250 megabits. Okay, we get down here to see if anything came through on my spam folder. It may have ended up as a test. Sometimes it goes to my spam folder, and I have to mark it as not spam to put it back in the inbox. Okay, and it doesn't look like no. Okay, nothing. So who knows? Maybe everybody else is um, doing some of the. Here it just came in. Here are the results of your email task, and here is the test message that I got a copy of. There's the same message we saw earlier. Okay, takes them over to the video page. This particular product pays up to, with the upgrades on average, pays about $148 commissions as a CPA. It's not a residual. But every time they order, that is residual. Okay. So this works. So we got them both working, and we tested it before we sent it out, but we have already done the distribution. And let's go back to the inbox, and here are the results. And I will probably get one or two more emails showing me the complete list, because this um, Exipure broadcast AMMS is sent to all these email addresses. And if I get more, it'll come in, so this is good. We know it's working. Everybody got the message, and the same one will go out automatically tomorrow. So I don't have to run it manually. You can do manual broadcast, but if you want to set it up to go out on a regular basis, like once a week or once every 2 weeks, you can do that. You can set something to go out once a month. Let's say you have a 7-day message, one right after the other, day in, day out, day 1 through 7. You don't want to run something like that every week, because then they're just pounded, and that's only going to make people mad. They'll unsubscribe. People are not stupid. Okay, they can tell. If you have 2 or 3 messages in there, you'd probably be pushing the envelope if you did once a week. Um, if you did it once every 2 weeks, it'd probably be acceptable. If you have like a 14-day message that is split up to go out over 14 to 21 days, you might want to kind of put that on like a once a month schedule, and kind of give people about, a week break, breather in between being pounded and peppered by your automated messages. You don't want to overdo it. Okay. You've worked hard to build this list with solo ads and your other venues, MLGS. You want to make sure that those people who maybe didn't find PLS Gold, Cash Now Funnel, if they didn't find it as a good fit for them, maybe something else would be a good fit, and you could find another product for them, or another system, or a low cost entry, maybe a ClickBank product, or maybe a Digistore 24 product. Uh, ClickBank is a free affiliate site. It's the oldest one on the internet, over 20 years old. They have an excellent reputation for handling all the paperwork and the payments. I make, pretty good money over at ClickBank. And my buddy Eugene Pelzer, he does pretty good over there too. He's from South Africa. You've probably seen a lot of him. So here we are. We are live now at, let's see, how many minutes? I don't know. Let's do a reload on this page. We are in the group. I'm not going to turn on the audio because it'll get a double echo. So we've been going on about 30 minutes. Okay. We've been going, close to 30 minutes here. So it's showing, I think 2 people watching, 30 minutes. So that's good. All right. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my screen share and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to sign off. And if you have any questions, just post them in the comments below this video and we'll see if we can help you. We're at 31 minutes and 20 seconds and counting. So let me sign off and we'll see you on the next tutorial. This is Ernest Odell signing off.